fucking set, guys. I just slid away forward just now. Let's keep going.
Yeah, buddy. Cheese grits and NyQuil. This is Western Massacre Locksport. And we are going to get echoes. This is Western Massacre Locksport. There we go. Turn the sound down. There you go. We have a couple packages today. I didn't actually block out names and such, so I need to do that real quick. Hope everybody's doing well. I just came over from Mountain Mick. Came over from Mountain Mick's live feed. I love Mountain Mick's live feed. That man, hi Marissa. That man roasts trolls better than anybody. I like better than George Carlin does. Like I love watching Mick cut loose on knuckleheads. Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. It makes my day. I tune in and he's like losing his mind on some poor knucklehead. Love it. So I hope everybody's well. Live from Western Massacre. It is barely Wednesday night. Sorry, I'm just getting people's vital information off these packages real quick so that I don't expose where anything's from on people. So yeah, we got a few packages, and they are from overseas. I got this one here. I've been waiting for this one. I would have to take a look at the website that I got it from, but it is a member over on the Discords. And I can never remember how to say his name. Let me just try and pull it up real quick. Because I want to give him a plug because his shop is fantastic. And Mick gave him a shout the other day too. He has a great shop for lock sporting goods. Stuff you need, locks, tools. It's all fantastic. CFMXA is his name. I was working on learning how to pick this. This is a DeGuard 5-pin and pin key and knob, and I progressively pinned it. And as you can see here, you see that? Gone. Where do you get springs for these? Well, you go over to CFXMA's shop, and he's got springs. So you can't just find them anywhere. Pens, he's got everything. He's got some bitchin' progressively pinnable locks that you can go from like white belt all the way up to black belt with one lock. Kind of hard to do that without numerous locks, but he's got it figured out. It's all approved and all that. So I know in this package, I need a new blade. I say that every time I do a package opening, and I never put one on. I say that every time. So, oh, wow. I got extra springs too. Thank you so much. I did not expect that. They're all mushed together, so I'm going to have to take my time getting them apart. I don't know if you've had the joy of untangling springs, but they're not fun. Yeah, no, they're not fun. But we now have springs, so fantastic. I don't care if I lose this one now. Actually, I do care because it is what it is. But CFXMA, thank you. And I will be getting some locks from you very, very, very soon. I actually want that brass howitzer that progressively pins into like 76th degree Dan. Pretty good setup you got there. Speaking of locks, this came in from Deutschland. I'm guessing that's Germany. I could be wrong. Never heard of it said that way. Never heard of a country called Deutschland, so I'm guessing that's Germany. But I could be wrong. I did participate in kind of a group buy situation for some more advanced locks, because here in the United States, getting your hands on more advanced lockage systems is it's not the easiest thing in the world. And I've seen these locks all over the place. What's going on, Stormblessed? Price-wise, I've seen these all over the place. Oh, we got, look at that. We got triple snowman paper. Oh, yeah. Got a love note in here. It says, don't open till Christmas. Yeah, that's not happening. That is not happening. These came from, God, I am terrible with remembering names. These came from, got it right here. Let me pull it up real quick. Doo-doo. Oh, here we go. These came from Danny the Reaper. Again, also on the Discord. I think I hooked up with Danny through the LPU's Lock Bazaar. Yeah, Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. Santa's got a new moto ski. What's going on, Swamp? I'm glad you came over and checked out Steve Leahy's live feed. It was good to see a couple of you guys pop in there. Support my artist buddy who is very interested in lockpicking. I am going to try and talk him into doing a painting on one of these locks because it'll be mind-boggling. But I'd like to try and get him to paint something on a lock, and maybe I can give that away. Phenomenal artist. Again, Monday nights at 6 o'clock on YouTube, Steve Leahy Art. He gives paintings away every week, so I know Swampy got in on making his suggestion for next week's painting, and this Monday he has a good possibility of winning a really cool painting. So here we go. We have 2 locks popping out of here. Christmas came early, and I am happy to open them. All the way from Deutschland. Again, I believe that's Germany. What's going on, Delbert? And these are, I'm like super excited right now. These are Abloy Sentries, maybe? I believe they're called Sentries. And they are black belt locks. I did get 2. I cannot pick them. I've never picked a disc detainer. I don't know the first thing about disc detainers. But, yeah, that's a heavy lock. I've never even opened a disc detainer. I think this is the first one I've ever held. Yeah, that's something. It's going to be interesting to learn how to pick these. And I have 2. So, yeah, let's see if the keying's different. It's always interesting. By the way, if you're not familiar with these locks, the Let's get a little more light on the situation. The keys are gnarly on these things. Get this down over here. The keying on these is friggin' gnarly. Black belt lock. So we will see. Maybe someday I will open this on this channel. That is the goal. Open everything because nothing is secured. Nothing. And I do have 2 of them now. So I might actually give one of these away at some point. I don't know. Again, I've seen them all over the place from $30 to $100 a piece. They appeared to be, yeah, they are keyed differently for sure. So, and do they open? This one doesn't seem to want to open. Do I have one that doesn't open? Or do I have the keys mixed up already? Yeah, that key doesn't fit in there, so. This is why you check your gear. This one appears to be seized. Not really sure what to do about it. Oh, no, it works. We're just playing. It works. Yeah, it works. It works good. Well, it worked good. Yeah, it works just fine. It's just user error. So, really nice locks. Like, I can't even get over how heavy they are. They are heavy. But I am going to have fun with those. And set those aside. Now, the big package that I have been waiting for a little while. I do know what this is. It is from Multi-Pick, because I have been complaining about my Huck's dimple pens. So I ordered some Multi-Pick, and we are gonna see how Multi-Pick fares. That's going on the box for sure. We're going to see how Multi-Pick fares compared to Huck's dimple picks. I don't have that much experience with dimples, although I really enjoy picking them now, or at least the ones that I can open. I enjoy picking. So yeah, these are special limited edition Trump edition. Donald Trump edition multi-picks. I know that they are, yeah, they're about $100. They're about $25 in shipping, which is reasonable. They shipped. I then got an email from UPS stating my package has been shipped and it is now subject to import fees because of Mr. Trump. So that's how I know I got limited edition Donald Trump picks, which will have a tremendous resale value. If you don't know, because he has taxed the shit out of my product, it now resells at 3 times the price of what I paid for it. So if anybody needs some multi-pick, we can work something out. Well, this is a nice little case. Wow. I did not, I don't even know what I'm looking at here. Okay. Here we go. We got some tensioners tucked away over here. Couple of tensioners. And I wish they were thicker, but we got a couple of tensioners in here. We got a couple of pick bodies. Wow, these are really nice. They're smaller than I expected. Yeah, they are dimple picks. I am definitely excited to try them out. I'm glad somebody else has them and likes them. They're supposedly like incredible. I didn't want to spend $200 on picks, so I went with the smaller thing. I'm actually gonna work on learning how to craft custom handles for these picks. So I have a lathe downstairs. I don't know how to use it. I know how to make rings on my lathe. So I am actually going to learn how to use it to machine metal. And then, yeah, the Donald Trump editions. That's right, buddy. How much did they get you on import fees? I think I paid $30 in import fees. And it's got grub screw. That's a small grub screw. Did they send me an Allen wrench for that grub screw? Yes, they did. It is tucked away in here. Wow, that is a tiny Allen wrench. Wow. Everybody, I want you to take a good look at this. Because you're never going to see this again. This is lost. As soon as I set it down, ta-da, it's gone. You don't even know it's there. It's now missing. They got you for $50. Yeah, it's no joke. Like, no joke. But I will say, they do feel really, really nice. Really nice. And we're going to try one out, actually, here shortly. I got to get it all set up. I'm not really sure what I'm doing. Grub screw out. Okay. Yeah, this looks like it'll work. We're just going to go with this one flag. I don't need to open everything up and then lose it all, because I will lose it all. We got a sudden jump in entries. I gained another like 6 entries into the contest today, the giveaway. So all of you that are involved in that, thank you so much. If you're not involved in it, there's 14 days left to get your name into it. So all you got to do is go to my giveaway video and make a comment. As long as you're subscribed, you're entered for the front half of that giveaway. The second part of that giveaway is a little more intricate, and of course the package that is winnable for that is a much more significant deal. But wow, these are really nice. You need to make a challenge lock and then send that to another picker. It doesn't need to be me. I just need to see it logged on the LPU's challenge lock website, and I mean, you can make a video of it. You send me a link to that. I'm not really gonna be too big of a stickler on it. But if you make a challenge lock and send it to somebody, you automatically entered to win the other package giveaway, which is a much healthier package. All right. I feel like we are like super in close for some reason on this feed tonight, and I need to There we go. Back it up a little bit. Challenge lock in progress of being made over here. I haven't made any more progress on it from the night that I started it because I was waiting for some taps to show up, but I did get a little care package from Mr. Labs that contained smaller taps. So one of them in there seems to be perfectly sized for my needs. So I will be finishing up a challenge lock, actually two of them, because this other one here needs to go out to Terrafon, which I don't see much of Terrafon anymore, but I'm going to send Terrafon. God, this pick is like, there is a significant size difference. Yeah, buddy! The fucking troll roaster has arrived. Yeah, good. I like Terraform. I actually finished this one out, and it's got a better finish than these do, actually. But this one's got a much better shaped head on it. I don't know. There we go. Much nicer shaped head. I put a lot of time into shaping this one. But we are gonna try this out. Let's throw one of these tensioners in. Let's get the camera adjusted. There we go. And I'm not sure how I feel about these tensioners. .5 millimeter. 1.5 millimeter. I don't even know how they're supposed to be used, but we are going to give this a run. Super excited. I've been waiting all day at work to come home and play with these picks. This may or may not be the right pick. It's significantly easier on the fingers. I haven't gotten it stuck yet, but that's probably coming. And I might want to get a flat pick because that is a pretty deep cup in this pick. Yeah, I want to get a flat pick. I'm not sure how I feel about these tensioners. They're not wrong. They're just different. I kind of like this style. This feels more natural to me. I mean, maybe these go in this way. Yeah, they go in. Sorta. Hi, Zoe the cat. Sorry, if I don't see people come in, I'm not ignoring you. I just didn't see you come in. I appreciate you all being here. Let's take a look here. Which one is this? That's a flat flag, yeah. I don't really know the difference in their flags, but we're going to just call it a flat flag. And we'll hook this one up. I'm telling you, that Allen wrench is gone already. I knew it was gone. I said, watch it. This is the last time you're going to see it. And there it is. Hi, Brett. um, yeah, anybody that owns these, I'm gonna suggest right now, go out and buy some really tiny Allen wrenches. Have them around because you're gonna lose the wrench. And if you lose the wrench, you can't dodge the ball. Like, that's just how it works. I really, really like these picks the way they feel. Yep. I don't know if I like how they pick. I haven't really started to, but I like the way they feel. They're light. They're solid. Okay. Back at it. And the true test will be when I start going to the 5-penner and then over to the DeGard. That'll be the true test. I know I say it all the time. The tools don't make the picker, but they do help sometimes. And I was hoping in the case of this, just having a better pick would significantly make my dimple picking easier, which I can't say if it does or doesn't, because I can pick this with the other ones, but ta-da! We got an open. And we got an open using the multi-pick tensioner that I'm on the fence about. Let's close this back up and do it again with the other tensioner that I like the feeling of much better. I need to find me a whole slew of these. Doo-doo-doo! Spam it. It's a party. It's a party. So that's the 4-pen canard. It's not necessarily a difficult pick. I mean, it serves as a good learning pick, I think. However, what I would recommend if you're buying these locks and you're learning how to dimple pick, and this is only because I run into walls, and when I start running into walls, I keep running into them until I go through them. I would suggest instead of buying the 4-pin, buy the 5-pin, take the back pin out, and work it as a 4-pin. Then once you get it open, you have the lock to move on to at half the price. No, canard, it's the 4-pin is not hard to pick. It's not hard to pick at all. There's, for me, there is a learning curve with these because these are the only dimple picks or dimple locks I've ever used. There's a learning curve for me on these, especially because they're pin and pin straight out the gate. There is no standard pins in them. Yeah, I saw what you did there. But I definitely say get the 5-penner, save yourself some money, learn it on 4, because 4 is a reasonable pick. It'll give you some frustration for a little bit, and then you'll get into it. 5-pin, that 5th pin is a game changer on the whole thing. So the 4-pin canard is misleadingly easy to pick. And I mean, it also can be impossible to pick like it is right this second. But when you get your fall set, you are home free on these. That I can tell you. Okay, come on. I know you want to go. These are significantly more comfortable than my Hucks. I am going to finish these tips better. I will definitely put a finish on them and make them much, much smoother. I will not sand them down though. But I will absolutely put a high-end polish on them. I talked to Mr. Burns because I am on his wait list for a set of his custom dimple flags, and told him I was interested in learning how to maybe make a set of these myself, and he gave me some pretty good advice, and we will be given a run at building a dimple pick at some point. I'll just use these flags because these flags are pretty good. But these also could use a polishing. They seem a little rougher than I expected. And this time I am tensioning counterclockwise, and I seem to be having some issues. So I'm going to reset. Take a drink of my not a sponsor lemonade. It should be a sponsor. Rick and Morty and Pickle Mick. If you guys didn't see the Mountain Mick Trobacue tonight, I'm so glad I tuned in for that. It is absolutely boner material to tune in and watch fucking Mick let somebody have it. Thank you for being you, Mick. Nothing I love more than watching you let some poor ding dong have it. They don't know what they stepped in when they're done. When you're done with them. Yeah, non-sponsored Bruce Banner, telling you, leave you walking in fence post holes. Okay, I should be at my full set, but I am not. Not sure why. With the pen and pens, and I have one here so I can show you what the situation with them is. Yeah, I just don't want to send it flying. Nope, that's not the one we want. This is the one we want. If you look at the pen and pen, we're going to have to zoom in. There is a little tiny pin in there, right? So when you pick these, and yeah, there we go. I'm looking, I'm going to lose this. I'm telling you, it's going to get lost tonight. There we go. The pins hang down, right? So, well, they're actually like this in the lock, but you push the outer pin in and you set the outer pin before you set this pin, because those set these, which also have a pin and pin situation going here, and they're big beefy spools. So these are pretty cool locks. The ones in the 4-pin are not spools. The one in the 5-pin are not spools. The spools are in the DeGards. These are serrated though. I don't know, like when Mountain Mick lets them have it, it's literally like somebody like gets in the gorilla cage after fucking making fun of the gorilla. Like, what are you doing? You are about to get ruined. And it's honestly, it's no fault of their own. They're trolls. They can't help what they do. Mick's not so forgiving with them. There is no mercy. And I just love it. I just love it. All right, let's see if we can get another open on this thing, and then we're gonna progress on. Try to go to the 5-pin for a little bit and see what's happening. Feel like I need to get to know the equipment a little bit better. Dude, when you broke out the fucking Raphael doll, man, like, show me where you got touched. Oh my goodness. Legendary. There we go. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I like these picks. We're in a full set. When you get to this point, I'm assuming it's going to be the same in the spool pins. But in the canards, when you get to this point, you only have one pin, and it's an inside pin you need to poke. And that's that. Yeah, I like the way these feel. Okay, let's see if we can get into that 5-pinner. This would be considered a green belt. So if you buy this one's a blue belt. You take out one pin, you now got a green belt. Good lock to learn on. No doubt about that. But no sense in buying two of them unless you really want to have two of them. I bought the Lock Pickers bench belt to purple, green to purple box, which is why I have green, blue, and then the big D energy comes from the DeGard Interactive. This is a nice lock. I got the key and knob version. Spicy Nugget. Spicy Nug sent me that. It's part of a care package. So I have two of them that I'm playing with. One of them's going to get opened. And when it gets opened, it will be on camera because I don't pick off camera very much. So it will be on camera, and it will be turned in for my Barney belt. Okay, dropping picks. Okay, we are going to take a crack at this 5-pin canard. I got it open one time in band camp. I got this lock open one time. I'm not really sure, like, to explain what I'm feeling for. I'm trying to find the edges of those pins, the larger key pins, so that I can push them up and get them out of the way. Try to get some of these serrations set. And I think tension plays a big role in it. Like, you want to go light tension. which, I mean, as you can see, I'm barely touching the damn thing. This tensioner came in the Huck set. I like this tensioner like a lot. What I was doing, these are, we'll actually pick with these since they're brand new, and what I was doing is I was using just top of the keyway tensioners. They work just fine. Yeah, it's definitely from the cheap Chinese 13 piece, but I do like that tensioner. And in the case of, I know I've stated this a few times, but I'm going to state it again because it is great tips. I got this tip from Mr. Broke Picks. In the case of, trying to figure out how I'm going to get it in here. These fit in this way, right? So on this one, the cylinder is kind of screwy, but on the key and knob, these fit in very nicely like that. And it's just leaves that whole keyway wide open. So it's a good tip. That is pro tension tips right there from Mr. Brokepick. But like even in these, like you can hook in there pretty good with the top of keyway, like really good. I still prefer filling up as much of that edge of the keyway as I can with one of these. I just wish I had some larger sizes, thicker gauge, a little more girth. I don't have any Longhorns. Be happy to try them if you want to send them. Yeah, this feels all right. You could probably order these, actually, like, I don't know where, but you can probably order them, I would imagine. Yeah, see, right now, like, I'm getting nothing but counter rotation on this, and this is not a spool. It is it is a serrated pin, so there shouldn't be any counter rotating happening. So tension on these is delicate. You know, let's try something here. Yeah, Master 141. Let's hang that on there and see if that's enough tension. I saw Bosnian Bill do a demonstration with just using a small lock dangling off the end of a tensioner to demonstrate, I don't know if it was pick or tension, like tension display, or if it was to demonstrate the counter rotation from a spool is what I think it was, just to give you an idea of how far off that can actually be. Yeah, I keep flipping over in this lock. See that? That's what you want to watch out for. And it's funny, I wish I could tell you really like which flag you want to use. I am learning myself. I can't tell you. I don't know. I don't even want to make a suggestion. Whichever flag fits in there and feels right, I guess, is what I'm going with. And I've only got two to pick from because I'm not going to keep taking tips out and putting tips in. Like, I'm just going to run with what I got. I might even pull some of these cheap Chinese Hux picks out and go with them because they're ready to go. But I definitely wanted to give these a run, a little test run, and I'm happy with how they feel. I saw somebody picking with a really long wiper blade on one of these dimple locks, and like I would imagine, like just that length, like you could really kind of lean into it without putting too much tension on it. That didn't work, so we're taking it off. Tension the other way. Pin 2, I'm looking for some movement in the pin. I really would like to get much better at picking these locks because they are fun. I do love them. I got some easier disc detainer locks showing up in the very near future as well. I'm looking forward to playing with these. I can't even, like, I'm just blown away at how heavy those locks are. I've seen them anywhere from like $35 a piece to $115 on Amazon. So I don't know what's what. I did not spend $100 on them. I spent about 70 on them combined with shipping. Okay, there's some stuff happening here, but I don't know if it's good stuff. And it feels like it has stopped. Trying to get all, there we go, all the way to the back. Get that fifth pin. I think it's easy to overshoot or undershoot that fifth pin. Or to forget that there's a fifth pin when you're picking on 4 pins. I am picking the 5 pin and pin canard. It's only considered like a blue belt lock. It's got 5 serrated pin and pins. And it's not necessarily a difficult lock. That 5th pin makes a difference though. Yeah, I just got multi-picks in today. I bought the 2 set, the Donald Trump editions with the inflated import costs. If you're considering buying picks, I would wait until, if they're not in stock in America, unless you really want them, I wouldn't spend the money right now on them. The designer Donald Trump editions are still not worth the extra money. Yeah, they are, and they don't say anything about it until your package is already like on its way. Then they send you a little email. I like Lockjaw stuff. Like Lockjaw's a good company. I don't own anything from them besides patches, which I need to get something from them because I like what they do for the sport, and I like I like their merchandising a lot. I just gave away all my Sparrows cases actually. Like I guess I'm not really into the Bible style casings anymore. Like they were cool when I first got like the Sparrow Sherman case, but they're just kind of, I don't know, bulky for me. Not saying they're not worth having, like that Necronomicon book or whatever the hell it's called that Lockjaw has is pretty nice. I mean, it's a nice case. So the Book of Secrets, that's what it is. Looks like something that was in the game Hearthstone, one of those decks of cards. Come on, what is going on here? I don't even know if I got any core rotation yet. I felt some movement in here, but yeah, there's a little core rotation, I guess. They say to scrub under these things. They say to scrub under the pins, but that's not giving me any help right now. We're going to go with a deeper pick again. I think this one's too deep, but we're going to do it anyways. And what are we going to do here? We are yeah. That pick is not the answer I'm looking for, that's for sure. Not the droids I'm looking for. Pen 2 is giving me a hard time. Dimple picking's interesting, D. It's the exact same thing as pen and tumbler with less pick movement and bigger pens. Especially the pen and pens, like those are some gnarly little devices. I don't have any Canard ones out, but I do got the DeGard ones out. And like the way they move is definitely different than anything I'm used to from pen and tumblers. Yeah, I just switched all my picks from the Sherman case over into, well, not even all my picks, like just the ones that I like, my nicer, higher end ones. They're all in my Jimmy Long's tool roll. So I mean, I've got an entire set of Mad Bobs in my tool roll. I've got 15,000th and 19,000th gem hooks. I've got 15,000th round hooks, as well as 3 Greyhound picks, all fit in that tool roll. And then there's a zipper pocket for tensioners, which I don't have any tensioners in it. Those are over here in the box, so I can readily grab them. But that tool roll it's handy. It doesn't take up much space. Like, I'm thinking about putting one of them fatty Western Massacre patches on it. Which I finally got in the correct T-shirts to do the sublimation. So I will be doing another run at printing up a T-shirt. I actually have. We're gonna take a break on this thing because I'm making an ass of myself. We have a back design that I'm working on. Obviously it's in reverse because it needs to be sublimated, but I forgot to put the blue whale patch in here. But I figured that would be the back of the shirt. And then the front's the front. But I think I'm putting that fourth patch. Putting that fourth patch in that lineup. I haven't asked for permission to do so yet, which is something I probably should do before I just start throwing people's artwork and. No, but I could probably make you one of those double sippy cup hats where you got the straws that come in and you put your 2 beers in there. Might be able to make you one of those with one of those awesome skateboard helmets. 5, 7. What's the one I have out here? 9. That's the 9 for sure. Okay. Again, warning to everybody, if you buy these picks, do something with this. Get a magnet, attach part of it to a magnet, something larger so that you don't lose it, because this is obnoxiously small. And look at that, ta-da, it's gone. Poof, it's fucking gone. Ta-da! Yeah, weak sauce is right. This is number 4, 3B, 3B, 3B. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out what all I actually have here. Okay, that's coming in from the other side. Yeah, no, it's no bueno. That is a small, you see that? Can you see where it went? It's gone. Ta-da! I'm like freaking David Copperfield with the tools around here. The poof, gone. What else you want to lose? Just send it to me. So make sure you're aware of where that is at all times, because once that's gone, you are having a bad time. This is a number 1. Okay. Number 1 and number 9. Number 4, number 7. Okay. I have no idea what I have. I'm going to have to like go on their website and take a look at their profiles and all that shit. I really think this, like, this whole thing could benefit from having a magnet in it. You just doink, like just a little strip magnet. But I do like these tips. I will put a polishing on them. They're nice and round. I can bypass a burrito like nobody's business. Yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to put the number 9 away. We're going to use the number 1 and come in from the other side. That's what I'm not. There it is. I even set it on the gray spot so I don't lose it. And then it disappeared. I'll tell you what, like, I don't have too many Mexican connections out here on the East Coast, but I've got a ton of El Salvadorian connections. And, like, it's saying, like, you go to Taco Bell, and yeah, that's great. There's no comparison between Taco Bell and, like, what somebody's abuela made. Like, holy smokes. The food is unbelievable. I don't really know how to decide what. There's different shapes to the tips, Dean. Like, let's zoom in here for you. There's a little curve on some of these, and they come in from the right or the left. So you use whatever fits comfortably in the lock and whatever gets it open. At least that's my mentality for it right now. I think that's a good way to think about it, because technically I should have more than 2 handles, but I don't, because I didn't want to spend that much money. And unfortunately, I'm not a good enough picker that Multi-Pick is sending me free shit, especially the free Donald Trump editions. Okay, so let's take another crack at this with a different pick. Get out the new. I was also stating about the tensioners. I'm not sure if I like the tensioners. I mean, they're nice. They're finished well. I just don't know if they're as good as the ones I like. I mean, they got to be good because it's a highly recommended toolkit. Everything here is whitewashed. I mean, then again, like, if you meet anybody that's really from those parts of the world, like, cheese doesn't go on a taco. And if you do get cheese, it's frickin' goat cheese, like Oaxacan goat cheese. You get that Sargento shreds. Nah, Mexican cheese is really, really good. There is a big difference, though. There is a massive difference. There's one thing that I think I've earned in 30 years is the right to give realistic opinions on food. Like, it's not biased. It's based on years and years of experience with it, I guess. I like what I like, but it doesn't necessarily mean that what I like is right. But Mexican cheese is quality. The world might be a little bit better if there were Mexicans everywhere. Same with black people and Scottish people and Chinese people and the bigger melting pot we have, the better the world is. There is way too much white in the world. I think the ideal would be tan. Need more tan. Oh, the whites did a number on the poor Native Americans. Like, he's smart. Avoid the shit out of everybody. Yeah, they're smart. They can do whatever they damn well please on the reservations for the most part, as they should. I am a big fan of the mixing. It doesn't get much wider than my bloodline, but I am a big fan of the mixings. I think, you look at animals, the more mixing you get, the better of a dog you usually have, the better of a cat you usually have, the less health problems. Like, I'm sure that works with people too. Yeah, oh yeah, like I'm not owning my ancestors' stupidness either, but um, I think the world's better combined. We're a stronger species combined. Well, at one time, that's what humans did, was just take over everybody else. Like, crazy. We've come a long way in a few thousand years, you know? Sorry, Holmes. Think it was Cheech and Chong. Psst, 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 psst. Tell you what, like I've seen a lot of things. Um, been fortunate enough to travel the world a few times. Um, and I was in a town, I don't know what it was called. I was on my way to a city called Tarjong, China. I'm in southern Shandong province. And I rode like the commuter bus 4 hours from Qingdao City to this Tarjong. And one of the little villages we went through, um, yeah, Shandong, one of the villages we went through, like the whole village was rubble. It was like I couldn't believe people lived like that. It made me really go, we got it really, really well. Like really, really well. Granted, most people live in massive, massive megapolis cities over there, but the ones that don't, they are roughing it. Like, I speak enough. Uh, I speak enough Chinese to get slapped or punched and kung fu kicked. Yeah, I can get in trouble with it. Um, Obviously, their sound is very important and my tones are off, but I speak white Chinese quite well. No, 14 inches is a long dong. Sorry, buddy. All right, so I'm not getting into this tonight. Ooh, we got some lift. We got some lift. Come on. I got some counter rotation happening. There's no spools. What's going on? Am I just hitting? I will tell you, if you like beer, there's a beer called Qingdao. It's the city of Qingdao is spelled Qingdao. Qingdao. The beer is spelled Tsingtao. Tsingtao. It's pronounced Qingdao. Hands down, the best beer I've ever drank in my life. Back in the early 1900s, the Germans occupied parts of China, and with that came incredible sausages and beer. Yeah, Tsingtao. Qingdao beer. It is Qingdao Pijiu. It is one of the best beers I've ever had in my life. Granted, the stuff that's made here or for here is slightly different than the stuff that's made there. Yeah, Chinese sausages, unbelievable. I like they are good. I mean, it's weird. Like the city of Qingdao, like you drive down the street. Well, I don't drive in China, but you ride down the streets in the bus or in a taxi or however you're getting where you're going, and like the buildings look like ski chalets, but then they got like those really ornamental Chinese roofs on them. Phenomenal. Mick, you're trolling. I think Mick got into Grandpa's cough medicine earlier. Yeah, the Qingdao beer Pijo is phenomenal. I actually was fortunate enough to go to the Qingdao brewery and have it there. It is on the lighter side, but they do make darks and things like that. You probably won't find them anywhere but in China, but they do make other types of beer. Their dark beer is, I mean, it's like Guinness dark, but smooth, like silky smooth. Cheese grits in Mandarin, yeah. I don't know how I would say that. I think they would just say cheese grits, honestly. Ooh, I think we're in a full set on the 5-pin canard. I think we're going home, ladies and gentlemen. I think I had movement. There was movement. There was movement, and now there is nothing. There it is. 5-pin canard is open. On camera, on a live. A lot of farting around, but we're getting somewhere. Do I need to gut it? Should I gut it? Yeah, we're gonna gut it. Yeah, the actually the feeling on these picks is significantly better than the feeling on the hooks. Yeah, we're gonna gut this nonsense and show you what's in it, and then I can use this to document on LPU that I got the 5-penner open. This is only a blue belt lock though, so I shouldn't be so excited, but it's been beating me up for a while now, so I am, not only am I excited, but I am excited. Like, oh, there's my missing spring. Wow, look at that. It just bounced out of nowhere. Now I have a bunch of extra springs in case I shoot them all over the frickin' room again. I will say this. If you are new to doing dimple locks, sorry, I'm thinking and trying to do a couple things at the same time. If you are new to this and you're not overly familiar with these locks, be careful when you open them, because if you drop this lock and your shit goes everywhere, decoding it is, and putting it back together in working order is not an easy feat. Perfect use for the Peterson. Reset the canard. Thank you, Petersons, for the free pick. Yeah, if these bounce off the mat, you have a mess that is kind of unforgivable. It is a great learning experience. Don't get me wrong. It is a great learning experience. But I would understand if you just throw the lock away. I've done it twice now. I screwed up the 5-pin canard, which that was a problem. I ended up putting it in backwards and did it on a live. I put it in backwards and bricked it. So when I got it apart, like there were pins falling out of pins, like it was in rough shape. We know the lock is in working order. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Always shim. I don't care who you are. Shim it. Don't be foolish. Shim your locks. I haven't had one of these apart in a while, so I'm like nervous. What am I doing? That's what I'm doing. Yeah, the last thing you want to do is send shit flying out of these locks. Okay, plug is out. There's 5 key pins in there. Let me clean up I always do this. I got a lock and I got shit everywhere for no reasonable reason. And then I want to gut a lock and I'm just cluttered. That's not fair to you guys. That's not fair to the locks. Yeah, shim it all the time. Don't be a hero. You're gonna hate life if you send that shit flying, especially in one of these pen and pens. They don't play well with others, and they fly all over the floor really, really easily. Come on, drop out of there. Okay. So we got the 5 pen and pen key pins here. Again, we'll get a little close up on these guys. Ooh, this is a shallow pen. It doesn't protrude much, but you can push that up around it. Let me again show that. Where are we? There we are. See that pops out of there. You pick this outer pin and then you pick these inner pins. Easier said than done. But as we witnessed tonight, if you just poke around, eventually it goes where it's supposed to go. It always does. Okay. Yeah, they're very weird pins, and if you drop them, they come out. Yeah, I'm trying to give it all inclusive with it. They do come out of there. Let's take one out. I don't know if I want to do this, but we're gonna do it. Might as well suffer so everybody else can benefit. There we go. They do come out. That is not what you want laying on your workbench, especially when there's multiples. Because finding the right one that matches the key in the right spot is not easy. Yeah, it's a mess. So shim and don't drop it. The first one I did, I dropped. And yeah, it makes for a bad time. And there we go. I think that's correct. Yeah, that's correct. And again, when you go to put them in, there is a right way and a wrong way. They're slightly curved on the one side, and they are very round on the key pin side. So make sure that you get them in there right. I'm sure they'll give you a hard time, and yeah, curved and round. Can have a bad time. Okay. Life ain't easy, okay? I'm gonna get sued by South Park. Okay. The moment we all been waiting for. Let's see those pins, baby. What's been giving grits such a hard time? Yo mama. Okay. Let's and yeah. I'm not going to take springs out. I don't like putting them back in. Pain in the butt. Pin one of those gnarly pin and pin serrated pins. That is ribbed for her pleasure. No doubt about it. Come on, zoom in. There we go. That's like getting beat on a bag of crack. That is not fun. Pin two, again, super gnarly serrated. Is that spool? No, it's just serrated. I don't think there's any spools in these. Number 3 is again serrated. This has been a good night. Happy. 4 serrated. They all, well, because of the pen and pens. Once you set that outer pen, then you're working the inner pen, and the inner pen is quite small, so you'll get the shearing effect. That's actually a really good question. That's what it is, though, because of the pen and pen. And pin 5 is also, and I mean, I guess that is a little bit, but it's I wouldn't say that's spooled at all. Now, if you look at the guard, that is a fatty spool. Like, you could wind copper wire on that. But this is what is in the canards. I'm going to bring you in and zoom you in there. That is what is in the canards. So if you're thinking about buying one of these, save yourself the money. Buy the 5-pin. Nah, that's only blue, baby. I got to get the spools. You need at least 4 spools to be purple. If you're thinking about buying one of these, get the 5-pin. Good, Brett. Thanks for backing me up on that one. I could have had that totally wrong, but like just from my experience of picking with it, that's how it felt. Yeah, get the 5 pins, pull 1 pin out, breaking the lock down. I know I told Labs this. He doesn't like to gut, and I know a lot of people don't like gutting. Honestly, I don't blame you. Gutting is a dangerous world. It is the best learning experience you can have in a lock is taking it apart. And in the case of one of these, spend an hour gutting it. Like, take your time, go slow, really learn the lock. For me, I pulled the core out and dropped it, and literally pieces went everywhere. And I had to take my key and look at the key and look at the pins and put them in and find out, like, and swap. Like, it was bad. It took me a while to get it back together. But I did. Eventually, with other people's suggestions, I got it back together, and I learned a lot about the lock. Yeah, got your kills. Grease Monk, we take everything apart, you know? But it's a good thing to do. It's good growth tool for us as pickers. You understand your locks better, and then you get more comfortable with it. Like, you only you only need to gut and reassemble the lock once for your green belt, Dean, and then blue is. I mean, you need to gut it, but you don't need to put it back together on camera. I'm not gonna. Maybe, you know what? I am gonna put it back together on camera, just because I don't want to do it later. Like, be 100%. I'm gonna zoom a little bit. Yeah, this was a good night. These go in. Ooh. The nice thing about like these is the pens are much, much larger. So they're kind of easier to play around with. I'm sure they can be a bad time too if you got the drunk jitters or something. But and if anybody does drop one of these locks and blow all their pins out. Really what you got to do is look at your key. Like, this is what it should look like when your key's in place. It should be smooth. Even if it's not correct, the lock will work correctly if it's smooth like that. So that's right there. If you're all thumbs and you drop the lock, like, that's where you need to get with it. Once you're there, you're home free. Okay, in and out, out. I need one of those plug followers with the light. That's what I need. Also, when you put these pins in, like, this was hard for me. I watched a lot of videos. This little tiny pin here, right? This is all on a spring. They don't come out of these ones. Some of them they do. The bottom part is quite a bit thicker than the top. This is what goes down towards the key. This is what goes up into the Bible or into the top of the lock. So when you're putting it back together, that's the orientation it should have. So spring, the little point goes down, and I drop it. Awesome. At least these don't fall apart. I know some of them do. I just pinch them, push them down, and push the slider over it, and good to go. That's how I do that. Don't really have very good lighting. I got my new lights, and it seems kind of dark again. Eyes are getting worse and worse. There we go. Goes in. Okay. This isn't as bad as what it might seem, partially because of the size of the pens. Oh, I could have given a beautiful size. I will with this last one. So that is your pen and pen dimple driver pin. This is the driver pin for an Abus. One of the Abus spools, like, much different situation gutting these than gutting those. So as intimidating as these locks can be, don't be afraid of them. They're not your enemies. And again, like, getting outside your comfort level, all that does is make you better in everything you do. Mistakes are good. You learn from mistakes. It's the best learning in the world. Granted, it gets expensive and it's embarrassing. Like, when I bricked a lock on that live feed, I was embarrassed as hell. Like, they shouldn't be doing that. But honestly, like, I'm not the only one that bricks locks. And I'm not going to be the last person that's bricked a lock. Like, not ashamed. It is what it is. And we all do stupid, silly things from time to time. Where'd my shim go? Like, lose your shims. Where did my shim go? It's probably right in front of me, too. We'll just grab another shim. That's why you should always have shims, as in plural. Very plural. I need to get me more shims. I don't know where to get a good supply of inexpensive quality shims. Sparrow's a little expensive in my mind when it comes to that kind of thing. Although best plug followers available, in my opinion, is the Sparrows plug followers. They are so smooth. I'm hoping that'll be one of my first projects. I'm hoping maybe there can be a cheese grits and NyQuil set of plug followers that get to make a debut, and maybe I can sell a few, make them out of brass, make them nice. I'm going to remove the key for this. To make this whole process easier. There we go. We are home free. There's my shim. I knew I was staring at it somewhere. And then the nice thing about these locks is they just screw back together. A little bit easier than dealing with the key and knobs in the padlocks. These just boop and they're done. Yeah, I mean, you can do a lot with a brass follower. You can have them laser engraved real nice, like do all sorts of shit. I don't know if I would do one of my chemical etchings on on it, but okay, moment of truth, ladies and gentlemen, and we have a working lock. So 5 pin and pin, canard, picked, live, start to finish, gutted, reassembled. Ta-da! Yeah, buddy. Okay. So there's that. This has been a great night for me. Happy. Let's get these out of the way for now. I want to give another run to picking this Abus. I've been having a good time picking these 7240s. Again, every lock is different. Each lock has its own personality and things about it that make you happy or make you not so happy, or that's what I'm looking for. I've spent a little bit of personal time with this lock. A lot of personal time with it, because I go through stages where it picks like a dream, and then where I can't stand the damn thing. Anybody that's still working 7240s, Lady Locks has a great video on hers. She says pick them straight up and down. That might work. It does not work for me. I have a different approach to these now, which we're about to see if my approach is worth using or not. Light tension. But don't be afraid to bully those pins. I find I like to bully this lock into a false set like just happened. And then with light tension, because you need this, there's so many spools, you need the feedback. Go in and just kind of, there it goes. You got to find the pins and push them into place. But I find you need to bully them into a false set to begin with. They don't like to cooperate. This one seems like it doesn't want to cooperate now anyways. It's literally one click from opening. I'm using a Sparrows. These picks bend like crazy. Using a Sparrows half diamond for this. I find it's the pick I like the most for these for this particular process. Yeah, when I got these locks, they were in, I don't know, I got them off eBay, and I think another picker had lost the battle to him for a while and just tried to recoup his money. But I got a love affair, love and hate affair with these things. Let's reset and go through this again. Bully them pins into a full set, which we now have, or at least some core rotation. Stay really easy on that pressure. And just work the pins home. Let's switch over to Jimmy Long's modular gem hook for the win, maybe. There's one. There's one. Trying to keep this on camera, but I'm like manhandling the shit out of it. Okay, where are we? There's one right there, and we are home free, just like that. So that's my take on this now. Bully those pins into a full set, or at least until you get significant core rotation. And then, Mr. Broke Picks, how are you, sir? Long time no see. Good to have you here. Once you get it bullied into a core rotation, then super light tension and go after that feedback. The feedback in these with light tension is astronomical. Those tiny little spools scream so loud when you're gentle on them. Getting them to that point, you can slap them around a little bit, which I recommend doing, and then just push them into place. Let the lock tell you, because it will tell you loud and clear where you're at. So, Mr. Broke, I got 5-pin canard open tonight on the live. Did a nice disassembly on it and showed everybody the internal workings of one of these gnarly little monsters. I even showed off your tensioning advice again. So thank you so much for that. I didn't use that on this. It doesn't tension that way. But the key and knob one tensions like that. And for those of you that missed it, tensioning on these, this works. Go in from the side and tension this way. You got so much leverage there. Look at it. It just, yeah, you got so much leverage there. And you don't need to put much pressure to pick these locks. Like, I think you're better off light pressure with them. Again, this lock is going to get poked with a stick a bunch. I'm going to make it angry, and then I'm going to send it off to Terraphone. This one here, I'm in the middle of doing. I don't know if I'm going to do this one or this one, but probably this one because it's the one I started on the live feed. This one is going to end up going to whoever wins my challenge lock giveaway. Whoever wins that will be a happy recipient of a challenge lock of their very own, made by me. So that's going to go out. You missed the package openings, Mr. Broke. Recently, I ordered me one of these sparrows. Was that you that said you make tips for these? I think you did. I need to get on that bandwagon. But I got me one of these in, and tonight I got two of these tonight. Granted, these are way out of my league right now, but I will open them at some point. These are cool locks. Like, these are really cool locks. And I got in some multi-pick dimple flags, which I used to open this. So I've had a great night. Multi-pick sticker needs to get applied. That's what needs to happen right now. Yeah, probably. I got in on a group buy with these. So, like, super yay. They're all over the place price-wise, though. Like, I seen them on eBay, or not eBay, but I seen them on Amazon, like ranging anywhere from like $40, $35, $40 a piece to $100 a whack, even more. So I don't even know what the actual selling price on these guys is. And with the way shit gets fabricated as knockoffs, like is that a thing? Do people counterfeit locks? And like, for a while I thought these Abises were fake just because of how hard they were to pick the first time. Lemonade, not a sponsor. It should be. Yeah, I think that covers pretty much everything for tonight. Again, if you were here for my live feed where I made the shirt, I put this on it, and I've kind of started migrating into this. These are all backwards to you, I would imagine, because they are printed backwards for sublimating, but I think I'm going to put the blue whale patch in here as well, because I do have them. I have earned them. I think that's going to be the new back of the shirt. Maybe I'll go vertical. Yeah, I like this. I think this is cool. I might go vertical though, make the patches a little bit bigger. I don't know. I got to reach out to Lockjaw and Packlock and the guys that do the blue whale and see if they will approve me to use it, and if they will give me access to a PNG file so that I can like print them crystal clear, because these are images I ripped off the internet. They will transfer. They will transfer over, but if I can get like a PNG, then they'll be even more clear. Yeah, I hope they do. You can love me in a gay way too. I'm not judgmental on people. Is what it is. It's better to be loved than hated. It's fine to be hated too, though. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I may want to recoup a little money on stuff at some point. So, again, having permission is, it's a good move. It just is. I don't want to make waves. I don't want to make problems. Maybe they'll say sure, but you got to give them away, which is fine. I don't mind giving things away either. Like, speaking of giveaways, you got 14 days left to get in on the 200 subscriber giveaway. Oh, again, multi-picks. If you're going to get the dimple picks, buy yourself a bunch of these little tiny Allen wrenches. If you can get them at Harbor Freight, get them at Harbor Freight. Like, I don't care. Get yourself some, because if you lose it, you are going to be miserable until you get more. So just make sure you get them. I've got all sorts of Allen wrenches that I use for disassembling shit here. None of them are small enough to work for these little tiny grub screws. So I am going to put it back where I got it from, which is in the pocket of this little tiny pocket here. It's there. I know it's there. I'm not going to worry about it. Yeah, Mr. Broke, if you can help me out with some disc detainer tips, teaching me, I would happily accept pre-made tips. If you can spend some time with me and teach me how to fish, I'm happy to provide my own fish. I don't expect people to give me shit, so I'm happy to put to use anything you're willing to make for me, and if you're willing to teach me how to make them, I'm happy to do that too. Yeah, you're gonna want Allen's, because you will lose that one, I promise. If you're anything like the grits, I set it down and it's gone. I pick it up, it's in my hand, it's gone. It's gone, and it's just gone, and it's gone again. Multi-pick, great, great. I love it. Are they better than Hucks? For sure. They also need a polishing, though. The one that I modified is still smoother than my brand new multi-picks. I will not sand the multi-pick tips, but I will break out some polishing compound and make them shine. They will shine. Look at the shine. That pick's got the shine, damn it. Again, CNFXA. I know Mick did a little shout out to him on the channel. That is who has the springs that I lost. I bought some springs. He threw a couple extras in even, and refunded me my shipping, because he has a flat rate shipping thing. Threw a stamp on it and sent me the springs. Outstanding shop, outstanding person in the community as it is, and did me right. I would assume he's going to do everybody right. That's just kind of how Locksporters seem to roll. Yeah, that would be awesome, Broke Picks. I appreciate that. I do appreciate that. Like, I like to learn, and I feel like, like I prefer to learn under somebody else's tutelage, because that just works for me. I don't like to go through a bunch of product and waste a bunch of money ruining things to learn. I'm not afraid to break things and have to start over, but I don't like to waste a bunch of money. So that would be absolutely phenomenal of you if you're willing to do that. Thank you. And if you're willing to make some and send me, even better. I don't even know the first thing about using the Tanner pick. I do have some easier locks showing up than these two. Somebody loaned me a few. Mr. Hobbs actually sent me like a green and a blue and I think a purple belt one. He said no hurries getting them back to him. He even sent me a tip that he had made for opening. It's the Anchor Loss. He sent me an Anchor Loss too, and a tip that he made for that. So hopefully I can get that picked open, and I would like to get the triple challenge patch done, as well as my purple belt picks. So now that I've gotten through this 5-pin canard, we are on to the DeGard soon. And we're on to bigger, better things now. I've got a beautiful Yale, I think it's a MK2 1 star that I have to pick still. It's been beating me up. I got a couple challenge locks sitting here that came to me as part of one of them was a pass on from Chuck Soup, and one of them was from Elroy's Toys as his challenge lock admission for my giveaway. Like I got to get those picked. Oh, that's good to know. Yeah, that's good to know on the Anchor Loss. I'm like excited about all this. I even have I'm one of these days I'm gonna take the time and put my Sparrow's vault back together. I'll probably do that on a live feed, take it apart, put it back together, get it working. I've got it all screwed up right now. And then I've got an S&G actual safe dial that I need to get assembled. And then I can start working my black belt project there too. I've got a lot of big pokers going into the fire right now. Things are good. Life is good. My friends in the community are good. Broke Picks is good. Look at that shit. You are one-stop shopping, bro. Yeah, I need all the help I can with those because like I don't even know where to begin with setting comms, and I mean whatever comm is set with the vault is fine because I opened it 5 years ago and I still have this. I don't know what the comm is. It's in here, but once I get it going, I'm good to like I'm good. So I've got all the pieces. Yeah, I've got a bag of parts for it. Like I've got the pieces. I just don't know what the hell I'm doing. So if you can help me with that, phenomenal. Yeah, I like safe cracking. Yeah, the channel's coming along. All you guys are making it a good thing. I appreciate all the interaction. I appreciate the support. We are almost at 250. I just wanted to get to 200 to start the giveaway, and the giveaway is not even done yet. And we're looking at 250. So, I mean, I got to start thinking about another milestone, another goal for what I want to get to. And like and how to reward the people that are putting me there, because without all of you guys and your support I don't have anything going here. And this has been a fun adventure. I switched this channel over from what I was doing to this specifically for patches and then belts, and it's turned into this. And literally I come home and I turn the camera on and pick locks. Like I got a million and one other things to do, and I'm picking locks, damn it. I think my favorite quote ever in life came from Mr. Dean P. He says, I bought this, I bought that. What I should have been doing is buying some damn pants. That's how I feel right now. But I wouldn't change a thing. Like things are good. this has been an adventure, and I've met a lot of really cool people along the way in this adventure. My artist buddy, Mr. Leahy, buying some damn pants. My artist buddy, Steve Leahy. A couple of you jumped on his live feed Monday night. Thank you for that. He appreciates that. I'm going to plug him one more time. I hope you guys don't mind hearing it again. Mondays, live feed on YouTube, Steve Leahy Art. The man is an incredible airbrush artist. He's just an incredible airbrush artist. Hyper realism on a scale that it's not even like he painted Gillette Stadium on a Gillette razor blade during a Patriots game. Pretty sure it's a Patriots game being played in Gillette Stadium. But it's painted on a razor blade, so it's, this big. And it is so high detail. Granted, there's a lot of brushwork in that type of painting as well, too. But, like, he does a lot of these paintings on his live feeds, much less complex paintings. But he gives them away. So, he also sells them. He's an artist. We don't want him starving. He's a highly talented artist, so he sells paintings as well too. But you can qualify for a free piece of art by going to his Monday night live feed and just suggesting a painting for the next week. And then you don't even have to be there the next week to win it. He draws the name, and that's that. You go back and check, and if you won, like, you just tell him what you want, and he sends it to you. I've got a small wall of them here, and I can't wait to get more. I know Swamp Picker was on the Monday night feed, and he's eligible for a painting this coming Monday, so that's fantastic. I'd like to see a few more of you over there, because it's good stuff. It's good stuff. We're getting late here on the East Coast, so I am about to power down for the night. Mr. Dean P's got coughs he needs to pick, and Broke Picks probably has some very good words of wisdom to pass on to us. Also, Broke, like, if you ever find yourself in a dark place, reach out. I'm here. A lot of us are here. I would get out of bed to be there for you if you need it. So, you said something one of your recent live feeds that made me go, yeah, I need to make sure Broke Pick knows that we're here. We are here for you, buddy. Because we all get in dark places, and it's hard to come back from those places sometimes. So, that being said, yeah, buddy. Thank you, all of you guys. I love you all. You all make a difference in my life. So, I hope that I can pass a little bit of this and a little bit of me on to everybody, and brighten your days when I do these. And you guys being here and giving me the thumbs up and participating in the chat, and all of that's great. So, yeah, 14 days left. Get in on my giveaway. Yeah, buddy.